Everyone, Zero here, and today I'm going to talk about how to modify an existing race in StarDrive. Now this isn't to add a totally new race to the game, it's going to hack up the files that are there, which is basically good enough for now. Now again, you're going to need to use Unity 4.6 Pro or any Unity 4 Pro edition. Alright, now that's maybe harder for you to come by. There are free trials out there and there's all kinds of ways for you to get your hands on Unity Pro if you're resourceful. This won't work in Unity 5. I've had to really wrestle with it to figure out what the deal is, and my mod tools will only work in Unity 4.6 Pro. Alright, so you can find these mod tools on the website, on the StarDrive 2 forums. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify the human race to have Captain Picard in charge here. Alright, so I've got a large portrait, a small portrait, I've got a picture of Picard to use as the loading screen, and I've got a movie of Captain Picard. It's just a still image. This is going to be what shows up in the diplomacy. So you can put whatever type of movie you want in there. I just wanted something small so I can make a quick example. So I'm going to take all these assets and I'm going to drag them into my project into the race editing. And what's going to happen is Unity is going to just process this stuff into a format that's going to be useful. Mostly it's the movie that needs to process. So if you have a big movie file, that may take a few minutes, 5 minutes plus, but I made a small one. The other thing is, if you grab these images, you can see that they're all kind of distorted right now. You need to go up here to texture type and make sure we put them down as sprite, 2D, all right, because that's what they are. Okay, so now they get properly oriented. And I've just have an empty game object here called race base, which has this mod race script attached to it. And you just fill in the blanks. The race to replace is human. And again, if you have questions about what this, these fields are, I have some comments inside the script. And again, by the time you get your hands on this script, it's probably going to be even more robust. So refer here to figure out what you need to fill in. You don't need to fill it all in. You can leave some things blank if you just want to leave the default values. So back here, we're just going to start dragging in our things. We got the Picard movie. We've got the loading screen. That's Picard large. We have a human small portrait. We've got the human large portrait. Right? It doesn't matter what you name these things. Just drag them into the right place. And I've got, of course, home system name is Sol and Earth. And that's it. So I'm going to just copy this race base. I'll call this Picard, and I'll just drag it in so I can make a prefab. And then just like before, I'm going to build an asset bundle, and you can save this out into your workshop folder, races, and then that'll just upload to Steam using the process we talked about before. Or if you want to test it locally, just throw it into mod races. All right, so I'm just going to overwrite the one I built earlier. And now, if we go back into StarDrive 2, I won't save that. Then we'll be able to test it. So I'm going to just load up the game, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back in StarDrive 2 now, and I can just start a new campaign, and I can see that Picard has made it into the game. And we can test out the loading screen, which works fine. You can change this text elsewhere. I'll provide a little tutorial about changing game text. And we can also test the diplomacy screen. So let's load up a saved game. Make sure that works right. And I'll go into my diplomacy panel and find the humans. And there he is. So of course you can have an animated movie here if you choose to do that. So everything is looking good, and when you're satisfied with your testing, you can just go back and upload it to Steam using the mod manager right here. So you can just scan your folder and figure out what you found. So we found the human race there, and I'm just going to click Update Mod. So there it is. It's shot up to Steam, and it's good to go. So that'll be all for this video. and I'll be probably adding another video in this series of how to modify races once I add some more functionality. This functionality will be available for you on launch day.